Greetings and welcome everyone to the world of NieR Automata. Obviously, you can see NieR Automata. uh, that's not the joke. So wait a minute. So we are here to continue our chapters. Sorry, our articles, our interview articles that are available in the anime DVD Blu-ray box set. I keep saying this again and again, so I hope you remember. Okay, so we have already read this page, this one, and this one too. The art itself, yes. So I think we have done 4 pages, and then we have, yes. So this is a new section. So we have done 4 pages. We're gonna read the other four. We will start with this. Here. Let's read with this one. Okay, about a code they're saying. As with a code in the final episode, this work incorporates elements from various of Yoko's other works in addition to NieR Automata. Was this your intention from the beginning? Oh, let's see it. Whose intention was it? Matsuyama, sorry, Ryoji Masuyama. I mean, there's also another sir who's Matsumoto, and then there is also Matsuda Ichida. He was the director for Yoko Taro Stage Plays, Your Her Stage Plays. So that's why. I mean, there are so many names to remember. Okay, so Masuyama is saying, no, that was the result. Huh? As I played near Automata and took in the information, read various interviews with Yoko and related parties, watched past events video. Oh, oh, so sorry, but okay, no, okay. Okay, so and I learned about near replicant. I thought that it would be better for the world to incorporate this. Considering the connections and the branches of Yukutaro's world, I think that adding information that you cannot understand just by watching the game will give the work more depth. Yeah, of course, those unknown things can be verified by playing the game, and those who already know them can chuckle. I am positive about such things that have a have a answer but can't be understood at a moment. Okay, and I like to surprise people with images, so I felt like I included them. Okay, so that's the case. Oh, I need to go to do not disturb. My phone is giving me too much messages. My place is always annoying, so much noisy. Yuko, let's see what Yuko-sen says. The idea of having a code appear and asking the Yusa Koji who played the lead role in Near Replicant. Okay, wait a minute. If I remember him to cast. Oh my God! Really? So Yusa Koji, who played the lead role in Near Replicant, to cast Pod 153. Sorry, that last pod that if you remember in the game, sorry, anime. If we remember in the anime, our Pod 042 killed that pod. That was Pod 567. So were also suggested from director Masuyama. I think that these these are more of a service for fans, just fan service of a series. So I was trying to strike a balance between them, how to reach customers who are learning about Automata for the first time through the anime. It's common for the original work side to provide fan service and for the anime side to add original elements. But this time the frame of communication is reversed. Huh? Wait, wait, wait. It's common for the original work side to provide fan services and for the anime side to add original elements. But this time the frame of communication is reversed, which is interesting. But I think that this is one of the elements that ultimately made the work come together well. How to create a work based on an original work is something that is discussed on various occasions. But I think the way this was made was a new form. Okay. Think whatever you think about it, guys. It doesn't matter. I don't say anything now. I really don't say anything. What whatever is your choice will be your choice. I just showed you. Okay. Let me see. Oh, so I can actually zoom as much as I. Oh my god. Oh my god. Nah, this is too much. Oh no, this is actually great. Let me just a little bit, not that this much, little bit. Okay. So here we have. Can I just save this custom? I don't know. Read the scroll option. Oh, where are all the options? Zoom, double, four, five. Doesn't matter. Okay. So here we are. About a code. Then we have this one. Let's see what we have about. We are saying something about near concert. Let's see. When I was when I was watching this film, I felt a certain realism from the characters. What did you think of the anime characters, Yoko? I think director Masuyama's kindness is apparent in that scene. In the final episode, I said it's better not to wake Nanas up. That was because it didn't connect to the story of to be digging up the key item to reboot Nanas, which was depicted in the reading at the concern. But when I saw the scene in the anime, I was glad that it was complete and it made sense. Seriously, I mean, nah, I would really like to see the full farewell story. Like, first of all, farewell story was not even at all in the anime. It was just like they just made a little upgrade with the ending E. Okay, let's see. I was glad that it was complete and it made sense. I feel director Masuyama's kindness in providing exactly what the audience wants to see. No, no, no. Okay. Audience wanted to see that. I never wanted to see that. When A2 becomes friends with the machine life forms, there are quite a few comedy scenes which help build the relationship in 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 games. Oh, sorry. In games, the players need to use their imaginations to a certain extent and make the characters their yes. So there are quite a few parts that are depicted casually without being emphasized. But in anime, those parts are shown through facial expressions. Yeah, I see. People love the giga. I mean, that kind of faces A2 was making. Annoyed face, cute face, badass face, every kind of face we got. It was really so amazing to see it. I mean, it was that much at some level. I was thinking, like, wait a minute, we just literally changed the topic of the anime. I mean, of course, A2 stole the whole show. Where are we? Parts are depicted. Okay. But in anime, those parts are shown through face. Okay. So they come across as vivid. I think it was a good fit for the characteristics. Characteristics of the medium. In chapter 8's flooded city scene. Ah, I remember that. When Tubi removes her goggles to show her eyes, it drains so cutely that I thought, that's not fair. Everyone is going to fall in love with her. Well, I remember that that particular scene was that became so popular on YouTube. I remember a clip video someone uploaded, and it got like 1 million views. But for A2, her comedy scenes in Pascal's village, they got more views. I don't know, but it is properly obvious that it became successful. Definitely. Masuyama will say, I was impressed by what Yuko Sen told me about the things he envies about anime. Yes, of course I can see. I mean, Yoko Taro, if you want that kind of praise, sometimes next times add some good stuffs in your games too. I mean, you only just add things that will only increase the pain later. I mean, for Kaine and NieR, there is not much lovey-dovey scenes. So people are even confused that are they lovers or not. For 2v9ers, they still say this like we are living in 2025. People are accepting a new game, but my complaint is that people still cannot understand the previous games. Literally. Okay. Uh, he said, "We can do close-ups of facial expressions, and even minor characters can be forgiven for leaving the stage with just a few words, laughs. When you call actors to the stage, you have to give them appropriate rules." Yoko. On the other hand, even if there is no background for the stage, the audience can use their imaginations to. I see. I remember what he's talking about. To make it into an ocean. Yeah, that's the thing. That is also one thing that people love about Yoko Taro games. Like in the game, you have novels, reading sections, and there is no image. Obviously, you have to use your own imagination, and that is what Yoko Taro is saying. That is a very great way to express your stories, uh, delivery stories. So, okay, since the total volume of a game movie is set, if you focus too much on dynamic action scenes, it can be difficult to create a specific movie. Yeah, that is also true. That is so true. Like anime can do things better, but game also can do things better. And yes, both have their advantage. Difference in direction will inevitably reflect the medium, such as not being able to express the subtle facial expressions in a scene. Yeah, in game you cannot see their facial expressions, which is the reason many times people misunderstand the scenes. For example, let us consider if a 2B says "I love you," even in the English dub, people will never get anything with that because I mean, people say that they never felt anything for to be crying for Niners in the ending A. That is mostly people say for English dub. For Japanese dub, I never seen anyone complaining like that. I mean, saying that for that scene because in the whole game you play, you interact with characters, you see Niners and 2B chatting with each other. You completely understand why 2B is crying for Niners. Obviously there are lower details about why 2B was actually crying for him, and there are reveals later in the game. But still, if you never felt anything for 2B Niners, like you never felt like why she's crying in the ending A, in the first ending, then you obviously missed it. I will say this: you obviously missed something while playing the ending route A. Okay, let's go with this. We have to finish this. Oh, I'm already with 12 minutes. Regarding the scenes, I was impressed by the increased depth of flowers in the anime. Yes, yes, yes. Let's see. I want to see also Masuyama. Oh, flowers were very important in the game. The story is, let me just clarify it. Why flowers are important in Nier Automata? There is also an manga called Thou Salt No Die, which was Yoko Taro started with Moriyama Daisuke. He was the artist, Yoko Taro was the creator, and Yoko Taro really used his complete imagination. I mean, it's like a combination of Automata and Dragon Guard because that was in manga series. And in that manga series, the point is characters have color names. Many characters like Masiro, Kuroi, Usuki. I mean, many characters have color names, and this is the same idea with Yorha stage play in 2014. Characters like Resistance members and even Yorha had flower names. So this is why in Automata, when the story Yugo Taro created from the stage play again, and there is also one thing. The stage play story shows you A2's story, so that became the base for Automata, and the love relationship, the toxic love relationship, I can say. I mean, that is very. I mean, if you. Oh, the noise plays. Okay, if you talk about 2B and 9S relationship, there are so many cute stuffs and many dark stuffs, if you can say. Like, I mean, really, many things can be disturbing for you according to the people's. I mean, even a child can watch a slasher movie, but even an adult person cannot tolerate some kind of emotional drama scenes. So that this is up to you. So I will say that this element of 2B 9S a complicated love story is taken from Thou Salt No Die, where Masiro and Kuroi have a very complex relationship, and even both of these characters looks like very great. They have some, they I mean, people's desires can be, okay, let's just go with that. Okay, so let's see what Yuko Taro said about this flower name. Oh, first of all, read this. The story in chapter 2 was originally an amplified version of the novel. Yeah, 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 I know. And I think that came in play in the second half of the game. Yeah, yeah. Yoko, visually speaking, the game was intentionally made similar with fewer colors. But when I saw the key visuals for the anime, they were colorful and had a sparkling feel to them. I think this looked interesting in its own way. Director Masuyama's first request was to add color to the images, so I told him we should go with this. Okay, he had given us several candidates for the character designs in the first place, but the one I chose was actually Naki Junka. Okay, I think he is one of the artists, which was the furthest for the character designs in the original work. Yeah, many. I have many. I've seen many posts where people were saying they were talking about all the details that how much the game characters look different from the anime character. I mean, anime characters, our their character design is completely different. For example, just for a detail, if you compare A2 and 2B in the game, uh, A2 is chest. I mean, that's not that much big. She's that much flat. And in the game, I mean, in the anime, you will see that they have given so many goods to A2. I mean, so many goods, just like 2B. So this is something. I even made a post when A2 was in the Pascal's village. I made a post on Twitter, and it got so much likes. Like it was a banger post. Okay. Those memories were very great. I miss NieR Automata anime. That's why I'm reading all this stuff to remember all those moments. Okay. How? Yes. But I thought it was good. The anime production side also thought it was the easiest to draw and was suited to the expression we were aiming for in this work. Even now, I think that the season was good. This is the only thing. I wish that anime had more episodes or at least some OVAs because we need proper farewell to every character. For example, in the first part, you remember all in the puppet show, everyone was saying a final goodbye to you. But and you feel like this should be in the second part of the, I mean, into last episode also. But because last episode was doing so many things, 2B versus 9S fight, then Pods fighting for all of them, and then many things. So, and for adding accord scenes and those. So for the last episode, I feel like at least just one more episode would be enough to just give a proper farewell to or every character. But obviously, that the idea of killing everyone, I mean, killing everyone was a very bad idea. I will say. But yeah, I think this idea was done by maybe by Yoko Taro to confirm that this is a branch, obviously a separate branch where everyone died. But for fan service to make everyone happy, the noisy players. But to make people happy, Yugotaro just let these three people live. But I'm not satisfied. Pods are dead. What? If pods are not alive, some resistance members are not alive. There is no meaning of these three people being alive. It's like Marvel's movie. Black Widow is living on an Earth, the last human person. Oh my God. Masuyama. After that, I asked Naki-san to add some makeups to the eyes. So, sorry, when I wanted to raise the impact of the eyes, I wanted to create a shape that different from the impression of existing anime drawings. Nice work. And as a result, we ended up with something that looked beautiful on the scenes. Yes, very beautiful, amazing. I mean, people love NieR Automata anime. The visuals were amazing. It seems that Naki-san has had a very successful career. Yeah, okay. Uh, I will fix it. This cut. This will be saved for next part. Let's just read something else. I have other questions. The superb artwork was also on display in the battle scenes. Yeah, let's see it. What they say about battle scenes. Masuyama. It is possible to draw the sword play scenes using the game scene as reference. Yeah, yeah, of course. Many fighting scenes, especially for 2B, many things were directly animated from the game. But there are limitations. So we consulted with Kawabuchi Kuroi. I remember this name. I know this is it is just a general name in Japan. Kuroi, like Kuru. No, not that. Like Asakusa Kuroi. There was a person I forward. Okay, doesn't matter. I mean, Asako Sokoro is the scriptwriter who did the Yorha stage play. The first three, I mean, the Yorha Pearl Harbor story was originally written by him, Asako Sokoro. You can read about him. Okay. Who was 2B's monitor actor? I forgot. No, see. Who was 2B's motion actor in the game? Kawabuchi Kuroi. She's a motion capture artist for 2B and also A2 and also Zero. Yes, she also played Zero, and in the anime she also did her work. So and film. So let's see what they say. So in the anime we used that as a reference for the drawings. So that's why I remember it in one of the posts or their Twitter account, anime Twitter account. Kawaguchi was there. She took a picture with pods. I have that picture. I will have to see it. Let me just see it. Maybe I have this picture. Maybe in some download folder or something captured. No, I remember I had the picture. Oh, wait. Looks like okay, doesn't matter. I mean, I had that picture. I should have just added. Obviously, I didn't know that. Okay, let's just see. Read it here. For the final episode, we took a more elaborate approach, having sorry, CD actor supervisor and blender supervisor. Sorry, sir. Please forgive me or just kick my ass. I cannot, I cannot speak your name. Look at the filmed footage. And then we created rough key animations, which we then replaced with CGI. How CGI that looks like real Simba. And based on that, we found the best camera angle. camera angle. Don't talk about camera angles. Then, I mean, you have done a very dirty job in the anime, and which I do not like, which I do not appreciate. People get the same idea again and again about 2B, but I think they have done the same thing for A2 also this time. So that is 50-50. I'm just happy with you. Okay. Then back to the key element. Okay. So they were obviously making some animations, then they were converting them into CGI, and then again converting them into animations. I've seen this kind of trick. Like for example, if you're making a drawing, you will take references from something. You will take references from real life pictures, take some pictures to draw some. Like for manga artists, many young manga artists, if they want to draw some buildings and stuff, so they take pictures and then they draw it, and then they obviously improve it with their own artwork because it is very easy to improve something and change it. So this is how people make mangas. I mean, I have seen a little bit work. I myself, I have done drawings, paintings. You can see my 2B puppet doll. So I have ideas that how people may have done their things, and I can develop my own ideas with that. Okay, let's read what Yoko Taro is saying. Actually, motion capture doesn't really translate to images as it is. In the case of action-packed battle games, you needed to react quickly to button presses. Yeah, of course, and I was very good with that. I have finished the very hard mode. So the time from the start to the end of the sword swing needs to be very short. Even in anime, there are times when frames are skipped and the slash is expressed. Yeah, many frames are skipped, like you see in the anime they do that. Expressed only through effects, creating a lie. Yeah, and Kawaguchi's sword play is close to that kind of lie. Really? I have to see her some of her videos to how she do her. Oh, obviously she's a action. She is giving motion capture to action character. She must be very good martial artist, or maybe she must have many good skills. Let's not just mess with her, ma'am. She will go. She's gonna punish me. Okay, Masuyama. In contrast to that exaggerated style, Chapter 13. Oh, I remember it. Chapter 13 was where I picked up more realistic movements. I deliberately used a slightly clumsy sword swing here from an animation standpoint. It was difficult with a lot of movements, and the end result was rather plain. But I wanted to save the battle where the limiter is removed. until the very end. So I couldn't inflect the movement at this point. I also asked the directors to keep it relatively subdued. That limiter in episode 13? In episode 13, there was nothing like limiter. Nothing happened like that. To be killed Niners just in her. I don't know. Let's read. Let's read more. We were here. Now let's read here. Oh, oh. We are about to close this. Let me just finish this quickly. Let's just read this quickly. Okay, here. And another question. What was your impression of the voice acting? That person. This question is so close to me. Okay, Yoko Taro. I think it was wonderful. Obviously, when recording the game, we had to record only the movie parts first, and then we. Oh, sorry for that. Sorry. Yoko, I think it was wonderful. When recording the game, we had to record only the movie parts first, and then we recorded the branching parts separately. So the cast members were acting without really knowing the story. This thing is very complicated, and this make me realize how difficult it can be for voice actors. If you don't know the story, if you don't know the intention of your character, you cannot deliver the exact emotions. This is the same thing that Kira Buckland, English voice of 2B, she said, and that is very accurate. She was unable to give the. I mean, many people complain that how her emotions. I mean, how 2B's emotions are. I mean, I myself say sometimes that 2B's emotions are not that much. Not. I mean, not correct in the game in the English dub. But this is obviously because we can say one of the reasons is that when Japanese dub artists, even they don't have the exact understanding of their character, obviously overseas, I mean, the voice actors who never met Yoko Taro or they never had opportunity to discuss the character with the director, obviously how the hell they can do that. But I will say, Kira Buckland gave a very great job. But obviously, there will always be. I will just say Japanese voice actors are peak. You cannot. I should not say this. Okay, let's see. At that stage, even I didn't know what the story was going to be like. Yeah, of course, until it was all put together. But we somehow managed to make it come together and created a neutral sound. I didn't want a neutral sound. I wanted a clear sound. After that experience, everyone understood the story and recorded in order from the beginning. Yeah, this is one of the another thing. If we talk about voice acting, that was definitely peak, wonderful, and amazing because they had experience from the game. Okay, let's see it. After that, okay, so it felt like there was even more emotion in it. Yes, if I talk about 2B9s A2, they give so much bigger emotion than that. For Masuyama, let's see. Sorry, my place is the hell, I can say. Let me just do something. There's no way I can say anything about my problems. It is completely impossible for me to make stuffs like do live streams or make friendly chats. My place is always noisy, so time is never appropriate for me. All I can do is just get a chance to record. Doesn't matter. Okay, let's see what Masuyama sir is saying about the voice actors. If there were any major changes, we would let them know before the recording and answer any questions. But it was pretty much up to them. Natsuge Hane-san said in the commentary that he included some acting that wasn't done in the game. So I hope you will enjoy comparing it to the game, including that. Yeah, he did a very good job. But don't make him evil. Ningyo Genki. This is a puppet, Memories of Puppet. In the made in mermaid play, that is Memories of the Puppet, or you can say Memories of the Doll. I mean, the Japanese name here you can see Ningyo Geki. That is near consonant Ningyo. I have that consent. I have. I mean, everything is available on site. Yeah, Hanake-san gave a completely here in Memories of the Puppet, Hanake-san gave a completely different, cheerful performance. Yeah, in the anime, this is one thing. Game fans, obviously, this is also one reason that why many overseas fans have different. You see that many people have many different thoughts about 9S. This is because gamer fans obviously have different thoughts, but for Japan fans or Asian fans, many fans who saw the stage plays in 2017, the Memories of the Puppet, they have different kind of feeling. So from the very beginning, people have there are two kinds of people who will have different kind of approach with the character, and obviously who have different kind of who have obviously how much you know about the character is what makes you love or hate the character. Let's see what Yoko Taro is saying. Since the Memories of the Puppet, it is Masuyama's world. Huh? Oh, sorry. They are not talking about that concern. They are talking about the puppet show in the anime. So it was Masuyama's work completely. I would also like to ask what kind of uh, nuances were kept in mind when it was recorded. Matsuyama. For Mermaid Theatre, Puppet Theatre, I basically gave him a V storyboard with my rough dubbing done as reference. Yeah, you give. Oh, so he was giving completely a dubbing. But it was really interesting to see Hannes and amplify it even further. Yeah, mostly the puppet show was all about 9S. So you can see every episode. Yoko, I had seen the ideas, screen creation, and puppet designs during production, but it was only when I saw the finished video. Yeah, it looks like Yoko Taro was always just given the information when everything is already done. Obviously, maybe that I really got to experience that level of tension, laughs in the main story, the dialogue and intonation. Okay. Intonation during the battles were relatively subdued. So in puppet theater, it was the opposite. Oh, yeah, they're talking about the environment, the feel. The actual story is giving you tension, and the comedy scene. Comedy is happening in the puppet show. The opposite. The freedom to act with player that was so impressive. Think it was great that they were able to convey this kind of nuisance to the fans about 9S. Devil and Popula. Oh, yeah, I see. They are talking about that Devil and Popula special episode. That special episode. It was a good opportunity. I heard that you yourself wrote this scenario for Puppet Show in a very short time using the various multiple endings of a NieR Automata as a is that a wrong word? Okay, it doesn't matter. What were some of the concerns you had when writing the scenario? So, this question is for you. Let's see. Masuyama, I don't remember having any difficulties there. So, all the ideas were from Masuyama. The information I input into myself as I was working on the piece just came together quickly. Like, if this is the case, it should be like this. Okay. Actually, at the very beginning, I suggested that we add a puppet show to the main story. Whoa, this is interesting. That didn't come to fruits. Fruit is sorry. That didn't come to fruition. There should be another word. There is also many great words to use. Obviously, this is just a machine translated. You can use different words, but I think it led to this ending since it's a game with a doll motif. I think the puppet show. Now this is the only place where the puppet show is actually called puppet show. Worked well as a metaphor. I watched the show wondering if a director Masuyama would make an anime like this if he were to freely create an original work. Yeah, puppet show can be its own thing. Make a funny puppet show just like Teen Titans Go. We are Teen Titans. We are. How many pages are? Let me see. Is this the last page? Oh, it's the last page. Oh, let me just finish it quickly. My job will be done. My job will be done. I hope this is recording good. Otherwise, I did that much yapping, chatting, and nothing just got recorded. Just think about it. You talk, you express your feelings, and then you realize it was all nothing was recorded, and now you have to do it all again. That situation will remind me what kind of feeling you get when you are doing an acting work. Like how actors actually feel when director says, "Oh no, I'm not happy with, I'm not satisfied. Let's do it again." And two bananas are like, "We just kill each other so many times. How many takes you want to take?" I can, I can make many comedy. I can imagine many comedy things. Masuyama, it became a device that made people fall in love with the characters even more. I think so. Yeah, of course, of course. And it was Mugen's doll that amplified that. I remember not Mugen. I don't. Not it's not Mugen. It's Moya. Moe May. Moya Aoki. That person is Moya Aoki who made the dolls, puppets. I know her. I literally followed the whole crew member, every cast on Twitter because I wanted to know everything that what they post, what they think about, and I actually appreciate. I love. Like I even Ayuki. I showed her. I mean, him, her. I don't know if she's her or him, but I showed them my own puppet and they gave me like and reply. So I really loved that. I mean, I was happy to see that I copied someone's original work and they are appreciating it. I hope they don't get just like something I'm stealing their work. Okay. If it had been a slightly different vector, I think the reaction from the viewers would have been different. Yeah, of course. Yuko, I like the fact that it has a bit of a fairy tale feel to it and doesn't exaggerate the beauty of the man and woman. I see. I know what you could try to say. I okay. Okay. Maybe I don't know what he's saying. I didn't want to make it a pandering picture. Pandering. Okay. Everything except the main doll. Everything except the main doll is made of two play. Oh, I see. As a not two main dolls, Yoko Taro. There are three. We have A2 also. Don't forget her. She's also an original doll. I mean, she's also a full puppet. Yeah, all the characters were like cardboard puppets, but all three of them were real puppets, which give it a nice feel, and the mixture of the two doesn't feel out of place. It's basically a playful space, so I thought it was interesting that anything could happen and atmosphere was acceptable. Laughs. You could have us laughing so much. It looks like I don't know how many things they are saying are actually serious. I mean, seriously strong. Yuko also wrote the lyrics for the this question. Let's see what Yuko Taro is saying about this question. Read this here. We will read this page. We have this page. Let's. Oh, I should have done this before. We are about to end this stream, guys. Okay. I think it also gives you a sense of the world of past works such as. Oh, sorry. Oh, rag on. Come on, computer. I mean, rag on. You almost did it correct. Just not rag. It's no. Well, I can understand why computer. I mean, why computer machine language is that much problematic. The thing is that our pronunciation in Japan, words like L, they do not exist. If my name is something ends with L, it will ends with in Japanese it will ends with the R. For example, NieR, it is called NieR, Neao, Neo Tomata. Like it's not automata, it's automata. And for like accord, it is called accord. Accord. In stage plays, I have seen the actors calling each other's name. They were saying it every time. I have noticed it. I mean, if you're an anime fan, you obviously have noticed it. Why I'm telling you this. Okay, Yoko Taro. Yes, first of all, it was difficult to make sure it would fit well with the sound. In the final adjustments, I added some elements from other works to the details, hoping that it would send a message to fans that the NieR series that everyone has supported has finally become an anime. Yes, of course, of course. Okay, sorry. Must. Oh, Masuyama is asking something. Did you write these lyrics from scratches? Yuko, I started by making it from what I could. There are three main lines. Three main lines? When you listen to each line separately, the meaning is somehow established. Okay, this is very important, guys. Let's hear it. So, when the lines are mixed together, the meaning still makes sense. It would be easy to make if you were here singing A B C A B C, but A and B are singing the same thing, and C is mixed in. Oh, so Yugotar is trying to say, I mean, obviously you can read here. So his lyrics had three portions. First or two, like A, B sections have meaning, and the third is mixed. So you will need to obviously, I mean, this is one thing, just like I said, for a franchisee. If you do not see all the previous parts, you cannot understand the references they will give in the next part. Just like that. So it took a long time to make sure the meaning made sense by drawing a diagram. Yeah, of course. The lyrics were very meaningful. This is the thing why people love Yoko Taro. Hey, see it. There is two Yoko and this is Yoko. The thing is, what I'm saying, how why people love Yoko Taro is that it doesn't matter if he's even making a lyrics. He always give very great work. He obviously think about story or he always delivers stories. This is the reason. If you are just a game fan and you complain, think like why there are so many stage plays or stuffs, you just have to remember this is a multimedia franchise, a very beautiful creation you could have created. So you will have to live with that. If you do not like why there are so many books or things to read or like stage plays or out of game elements, having heard this much, it seems surprising, but this is the first time that one of Yuko's original game has been made into an anime. Oh, of course. I mean, this is one thing I want to say to people. Near Automata got so many concerns, stage plays, merchandise. I mean, I know all the merchandise are just those adult type 2B figures, but don't complain it. We have Kine also. Do you say the same thing for Kine? Obviously, many people don't care about. Okay, so what I was trying to say is that Automata has so many things, and it has revived this whole franchise because I mean, like we are almost about 10 million copies, and it all goes to the character. I mean, I want to give credit to 2B because she is the first. I mean, she is the character you put on the cover page. So why cannot I give her the credit? And NieR Automata, obviously, this is NieR Automata is the reason that Yoko Taro announced NieR new version, the remake version, and NieR reincarnation in the 10th anniversary. If NieR Automata wasn't successful, they wouldn't come. And even with the, I mean, if people know that NieR reincarnation didn't make much money, so I mean, that is true, something I feel like. So obviously, NieR Automata is still giving money. So don't say like why. Okay, you could have. Compared to games, anime relies heavily on the cooperation of various companies and freelance creators. Yes. Freelance. So I felt it was more difficult to launch, and it took a long time from when I first heard about the project. It took a long time from when I first heard about the project when it actually started moving. That made the joy when it was aired that much greater. I was involved in it myself. Okay, so I have confirmation Yugo Taro is involved. Thank God. But I think fans of the game enjoyed it, including the surprise of how it turned out. And I'm truly glad, grateful to Masuyama-san for directing it. Yes, everyone is, and this is one thing I'm saying. People saying like this was Yuko Taro's anime, Yuko Taro's anime. No, Yoko Taro is not a king who can just make everything like stage plays, concert, games, everything. He worked with other directors, and that's why many times many meanings can change. Many people say that lore is changing or things are changing. No, these are happening because not only Yoko Taro is doing work, other people he's working with other people. So obviously they will also include their vision and try to make Yoko Taro work make more sense or like likable, but obviously that means they will change things even against the ideas of Yugotaro. So What I'm trying to just say is just appreciate the things and don't say like things are changing. They are just getting improved or whatever you want to say. Like I see people complain if something happened good, they will say like, "Oh, was good," and if something didn't happen according to their will, they will say like, "Ah, blah blah blah." But this is one thing you need to understand. I will always take care. I will always care about the original creator. Yoko Taro is the creator, and I appreciate every director who worked with Yoko Taro's work. I think I'm making contradiction with my own words. Oh, sorry. Masuyama. This time I had the opportunity to work with Yoko Taro, and I see you must be very proud. I ended up being in charge of several scenarios, so I was able to uh, take on the ideas that you could send and everyone else had provided, and I was able to contribute to the project. You didn't contribute to the project, you made the whole project your. I feel like I have grown as a lot as a person, grown a lot as a person. I think that working with Yukutaro this time was a turning point in my life. Oh, this is exactly what everyone says, Masuyama said. Every fan says the same thing. Yukutaro game changed their life. Hugo, that's good. In the future, when Masuyama-san adapts another game into an anime, I hope he will think it was more fun when I made it with Hugo-san. Also, one thing, not only the games, but Yugo Taro himself can. I mean, you should watch all his interviews. You should watch, especially near dinner. So that I will provide a link to that. Maybe, okay, I will watch that on you on my live stream or do something because that one is. I mean, Yugo Taro is a very great entertainer, comedian. Okay, I need water. Uh, okay, so on the other hand, maybe it was more fun when I made it with Yuko. On the other hand, maybe he thinks it's easier to work with me than with you. What man? On the other hand, maybe he thinks it's easier to work with me than with Yugo. If that happens, I hope he wouldn't say anything. No, the second thing is that he's saying that maybe if he think it's easier to work with them than compared to Yoko, then if that happens, I hope he wouldn't say anything. Like he's saying, like if he liked Yoko Taro and compared to other, you can understand what he's trying to say. Oh my God, Masuyama. I am sure I will get more offers like that in future, but you can take an anime job unless you have a genuine desire to create that one. Yes, obviously, that's a responsibility. That really comes across on scene. I think the reason the fans were happy is because NieR is essentially fun, and I enjoyed it too. Masuyama said. I mean, it's very great that as Masuyama, we can see like with his in my previous video, we had the question. Masuyama said that I mean, Yugotaro said that Masuyama watched the game, played the gameplays. I mean, he watched the gameplays, he did his homework with everything, and then he created it. So we can obviously see he became an otaku fan. So that is very great. Yoko, I don't lie. So if I don't want to praise something, I never do. Yeah, that is very great. One thing about Yoko Taro, like even about his own games, even for his own games or gaming industry, he give many great punchlines and make a fun of everything. Just like this joke, just like this line, you can see. Okay. I don't lie, so if I don't want to praise something, I never do. But for example, when it comes to Pearl Harbor decent mission, operation, or the final episode, as a viewer, I thought, whoa, that's amazing. When I'm directing a production, okay, when I'm directing a production, it's not often that things go beyond my expectations. But with this production, director Masuyama had the final say. So I felt that way, and I'm really glad that I let it to him. So. Uh, So obviously, Yoko Taro is appreciating the Pearl Harbor dismissal and final episode with, yeah, we can see it. Yeah, we can see it. A2 story in Pearl Harbor, it was more emphasized with Masuyama because if you see, Yoko Taro always focus on 2B9S, and this is the reason why in all concerns there is literally no story for A2. Like we have no knowledge about her whereabouts, like what she's doing after ending E or like farewell stuff. There is only things about 2B9s. There's also one thing I remember it. Yugo Taro in game interview once said that whether A2 wakes up after the ending E or not, that's up to fans. You can think about, you can imagine what she's doing or not. So he's technically not answering. He's just making it to your imagination. But I hope whether after the anime, the more praise A2 got, we will definitely gonna see something new about her. Like that new concept art for the 10th, 15th anniversary, and in the anime. On the Square Enix Japan website for the celebration of for the game series, they are doing unabridged that special novel. I have posted it on my YouTube channel. You can see that post. There is a special novel for the 15th anniversary, and you can read it. There are stories after the game story. I mean, because obviously the franchise is game franchise, not anime. So they are following the game franchise. There are stories after Pascal of how he's living with his erased memories, and then we have story about Fio and Administrator her after near reincarnation. So, like I say, people who think that oh we do not have anything after near Automata, we don't know what happened to this and that. It is up to our imagination. No, we literally have game guidebooks, novels. We literally have answers like 2B 9S, sorry, the actual ending is D, where 9S and A2 kill each other, then ending E happens, pods resurrect everyone, and then obviously, then we have other stuffs like obviously end of the data, and the story continues. I mean, what I'm trying to say is story continues. We literally have canon elements, canon events, what happened. Just read the novels or books. If you cannot, I cannot. It doesn't matter. Okay, I'm just making a mess. Let's see the final thing. So, what you Masuyama is saying? Uh, Up until then, I had only directed anime series featuring cute girls. So, when Aniplex offered me NieR, I thought, what a gamble! I can say it. Yeah, I can see it. Your imagination of Jackass having bikini. But I feel relieved that it all worked out well and I was able to make it. I have gained a lot personality. Sorry, person. I think maybe this word was wrong or maybe it is personally. Okay. I was able to see once again how difficult it is to make anime. I think that making the customer happy is a very important part of making a work, and I can say with confidence that I was able to achieve that right up until the final episode. Yeah, oh, yeah, of course, everyone was happy. Just a little more, I wanted. Just a little more. I'm greedy. Yuko, thank you for your hard work. Masuyama, thank you for your hard work. Okay, so this seems like is the end. No, that's not the end. We have more chapters. We have things about Yosuke Saito-san saying, and yes, don't think. Yes, of course, these were the director questions at Q&As. So I hope you enjoyed them. The next one will be about obviously anime producers, producers, and our Saito-san. We really have to see what Saito-san is saying. Like I have, let me just give you some a glimpse of what they were talking about. Like there is what is this? There is a talk about they were talk. I read some things about how they wanted to make. I don't see where it is here. Yeah, yeah, you see, there to this question. Let me just finish with this. Maybe I don't know. Maybe here, Saito-san. In the game, A2 tends to end up in the bad guy position. I read this. I had a glimpse of every. I wanted to see what kind of thing they were talking about. So don't make a mistake, just like me. Director's interview was important, and these interviews are also important. Just see it. In the game, A2 tends to end up in the bad guy position. I think it was a relief for A2 fans that they were able to take their time to portray her in the anime, which didn't allow them to explore. Oh, hmm, okay. Yeah. So you see these kind of things about how they replace change A2's role that much. So okay, I hope that maybe that was great. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank everyone. I will see you again in another near Automata fan video. And okay, we again reached a 1 hour video time. Like it's already 55 minutes. So, okay, it was fun to talk and chat. So, I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you, everyone. I'll see you again. And until then, farewell.